Happy Halloween to you all. Hopefully, you enjoyed a beautiful fall weekend or trick or treating or costume parties, any of which I want to keep it brief because I'm sure you're all a little bit foggy given the festivities. So, on today's Make It Brief, because it's a Monday, I wanted to address the fall activity and also how open houses have been going, especially since I just wrapped up a couple this weekend. And by and large, the feelings are that they're a bit slower. Now, sparing you all of the details and the exact numbers that we're seeing in the housing market, I think that there's a few trends that I'm just going to touch upon briefly that will help you in giving you some sense of how things are shifting and what advantages that this allows you to take in creating for yourself today. So, the first of the three is closings and listings under contract. They are drastically lower, and in fact, a third less when comparing them to this time last year or the year before that. So, what really inevitably this is telling us is that listings are slower than they've been in quite some time. Second, also speaking of listings, is while we're a bit closer to the inventory numbers from the past couple of years, it's still down about a quarter. So, in tracking all of that, that's both less inventory and slow inventory. So, when adding to that open houses and marketing, which are trending exactly where they've been for the past few years, and even during the busier months of spring and summer, if you're keeping track of all of that, what we're seeing are slower and smaller supplies or inventory with the exact same amount of efforts in marketing and open houses that we've seen in even the up markets. So, what I take away from intel like this is that while markets have shifted, while sellers have started seeing their demand close in, there are still a number of advantages, or even more now for buyers like you going into the season and into the end of the year. So I would recommend taking advantage of going to see things at open houses, those active listings that have been aging, and to look into the history of what those that you've had your eyes on for some time, what the story might be telling you, to start asking questions of the listing agents, of those hosting the open houses, so that it really kind of creates or lends itself to your advantage in your negotiation process. So while sellers continue to reduce prices and up their efforts on marketing, take advantage yourself of going to meeting them in the marketplace to see what your homework, what that legwork that you've done, and what your patients can do to exploring or opening up the opportunities of listings that you didn't really think were in your reach at some point. So, in a time of a lot of spooky news, I hope that you find this pretty reassuring. And honestly, I'm here to help you with your short and your long term goals. So, reach out to me, let's catch up and check in on how I can help with you and your family. Thanks, all.